They face off in the match on Wednesday. Stevie, after their latest result, we were talking about Paul Pogba and whether or not he should start this time after coming on as a sub in the last game. Do you still believe that it's best for him to remain on the bench?
Personally, I think I would start him. You know, he's...
But you said after the last game you wouldn't start him.
No, I said after the last game that I think not starting him was probably a good idea, because you bring him on in a big game and for the last half an hour, then he looked great. But there comes a time, and I think the time is now, that you have to get this guy on the field for an hour and a half or 90 minutes. And he's not going to be able to do that unless you give him more time. If you keep bringing him on with half an hour to go, then he's only going to be good for half an hour. So there comes a time, and I think you have to get him on the field. He's got that half an hour behind him. Get him on the field, and if he can last for an hour, then take him off. So you can't. You know, it's not American football. You don't bring somebody on just to do something special. He has to be doing it for an hour and a half, and he's not going to do that unless he gets some minutes behind him. So, get your facts straight, Mr. Daniel Thomas.
Get my facts. I'm sure after the last game we did a show and I said he's got to start the next match. Definitely.
I know exactly what I said.
Yeah, I remember.
I'll tell you. I'll repeat it. I said I thought he should have started, but having watched the game, I think that was probably the right thing to do, because you looked at, even though half an hour, he was blown a little. But now you've got to start him. He has to. You can't keep him covered up in cotton wool forever. Get him on the field, and if he lasts an hour, great.
Jules, Ollie's got to start him, hasn't he?
I think so. I think the plan was always for him to be a sub against Spurs anyway, because of how big the game was and probably the intensity as well, even on you know, the return after the pandemic. But still, the idea was to give him half an hour. The idea very much this time is to play him an hour, like Stevie said. You start him, play him an hour. If he can still go on for a bit more, maybe give it, but don't take any risk either. And I think he was very happy with his fitness after half an hour, also with his performance. I think Ole was very happy too. And naturally, I think the next step is to give him a bit more time and to start him. And especially in a game like this, really, again, Sheffield United not as big as Spurs, but in terms of where the two teams are, it's a huge game, especially after the win for Spurs tonight, and also in the back of Ole's mind, the fact that Chelsea, who are only 4 points clear, are playing City on Thursday nights, and you could expect maybe them to drop points. So a win with United tomorrow would be huge.
It's a must-win game, isn't it, for Manchester United, Casey?
Well, if they have any desire to get themselves into Europe, yeah, no question about it. And I think that also with that Pogba situation, you know, take advantage of the 5 subs. You know, you can bring guys in now that maybe you would have been a little bit more apprehensive about in the past. And I think what we're going to see over these next couple weeks and month is the size of the squad and how well these guys are getting fit and how they can avoid injuries. And Manchester United has a good squad. They're getting guys fit. You know, start bringing them back in. And if they put a good run together, no reason why they can't go into Champions League spot.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.